Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a trip down memory lane to a classic episode of America's favorite game show. Get ready for some major nostalgia as we dive into the full Wheel of Fortune episode from November 25th, 2015. This was a special one. Part of their Great American Cities Week, and they were shining a spotlight on Denver, Colorado. So grab your popcorn, get comfy, and let's see how our contestants fared on this exciting night. First up, let's meet the players who spun the wheel on this pre-Thanksgiving showdown. We have Michelle, a stay-at-home mom from Littleton, Colorado, who's a huge Denver Broncos fan. Next to her is Chris, a software consultant originally from New Jersey, but living in Denver at the time. And rounding out our trio is Kelly, a high school English teacher from Parker, Colorado. Three locals all vying for that big money. Pat and Vanna are of course looking fantastic, and the set is decked out with beautiful scenery from the mile-high city. The energy is high, and you can just feel the excitement in the studio. The first toss-up puzzle is worth $1,000, and the category is Thing. The letters start popping up, and it's a quick battle of the buzzers. Chris rings in and correctly solves a gentle nudge. Just like that, he's on the board with a cool grand and gets to start the first round. The category for round one is Same Letter. This is always a fun one. Chris starts off with a good spin, landing on $500 and calling a T. There are three of them. It's up to $1,500 right away. He buys an E, and there are a bunch of those as well. He keeps spinning, picking up more cash and consonants. He calls an N, an S, and a D. The puzzle is starting to fill in nicely. Something, 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 and something. But then, disaster strikes. He spins and lands on Lose a Turn. Oh, the groan from the audience is real. The turn passes to Kelly. Kelly, the English teacher, is up for her first spin of the night. She seems a little nervous, but lands on $600 and calls an R a solid choice, as there are two of them. She buys an A, but unfortunately it's not there. A vowel dud. That means her turn is over and it's Michelle's chance to get in the game. Michelle gives the wheel a powerful spin and lands on the $650 wedge. She calls the letter L, and there are four of them. That's $2,600 right there. She buys the last vowel an I, and the puzzle is crystal clear now. She solves delightful Denver daffodils, playing into the Denver theme. With that solve, Michelle banks $2,600. A great start for her. Next up, we have the second toss-up puzzle, worth $2,000. The category is Living Things. The letters appear one by one. It's a tricky one. After a few moments of suspense, Michelle buzzes in and solves a flock of geese. That adds another $2,000 to her total, bringing her up to $4,600. She's got a nice lead heading into the mystery round. For round two, we have the famous mystery round. And the category is Before and After. This is where things can get really interesting. Michelle starts things off. She spins and lands on the $500 space right next to the mystery wedge. She calls a T, and there are two. She then goes for it and lands on a mystery wedge. The big question, does she risk her $1,000 for what could be $10,000 or what could be a bankrupt? She decides to play it safe for now and calls an H. There's one H, she's building a nice little pot. She spins again, lands on $500, and calls in N3Ns. The audience is getting excited. The board is starting to reveal itself. She buys an E, then an O, after another spin. She calls a G at this point. She has a good amount of cash. She spins again, lands on the other mystery wedge. What are the odds? Again, she has to decide. This time, she's feeling lucky. She says she wants to flip it. The audience holds its breath. No. Michelle loses everything she had built up in that round. You can see the disappointment on her face, but she's a good sport about it. That is the risk you take in the mystery round. The turn passes to Chris. The puzzle is almost completely filled in. He doesn't even need to spin. He just needs to read what's on the board. He correctly solves Bring Home the Bacon and Eggs. A bit of an anticlimactic end to the round. But he gets the $500 house minimum for the solve. That brings his total to $1,500. So at this point in the game, Michelle has $4,600, Chris has $1,500, and Kelly is still waiting to get on the board with some real money. It's time for the prize puzzle round, and this is always the most exciting part of the main game. The category is What Are You Doing? The prize on the line is a fantastic trip to the Caribbean. Kelly desperately needs to get in on the action here. She starts the round. She spins and lands on the express wedge, but she needs to call a consonant first. She calls an N, and there are 3 of them. This is her chance. Pat explains the express rule. She can keep calling consonants for $1,000 each and buying vowels. But if she calls a wrong letter, it's a bankrupt. She decides to hop on the express train. The audience cheers her on. She calls a G, and there are 2. T, one of those, and R, also one. She's racking up the cash. She buys an I, then an E. The puzzle is very clear now. She confidently solves renting a cool convertible. And for that, she wins not only the $6,000 in cash she earned on the express train, but also that amazing trip to Antigua, valued at over $6,000. Just like that, Kelly goes from zero to hero with a total of over $12,000 in cash and prizes. What a comeback. Heading into our final toss-up before the bonus round, worth $3,000, the category is food and drink. The letters fill the screen. It's a race against the clock and the other contestants. Chris is the quickest on the buzzer this time, solving freshly squeezed lemonade. That adds $3,000 to his score, bringing him to $4,500. However, it's not enough to catch Kelly. With a commanding lead of over $12,000, Kelly is our big winner tonight, and she's headed to the bonus round. Now for the nail-biting finale. Kelly heads over to join Pat at the bonus wheel. She gives it a strong spin, and it lands on the A in Americas. Pat takes the envelope. The final puzzle category is Thing. This can be tough. It's so broad. As always, they give her the letters R, S, T, L, N, and E. The puzzle board reveals a 2-word phrase. Only a single E appears in the second word. Not much to go on. Kelly chooses her own letters, C, D, M, and A. The C gives her a little help at the start of the first word.
Ow.
The A gives her another letter in the second word.
Oh.
The puzzle now looks like C. Something, something, something. Something, something. Has 10 seconds to solve critical phase. It's a tough one. She thinks hard, saying a few guesses out loud, but the clock runs out. She just couldn't piece it together. Pat reveals the answer. Critical phase. He opens the envelope to see what she missed out on. And it was $33,000. A tough loss, but Kelly is still all smiles. And why not? She's going home with over $12,000 in cash and that fabulous trip to the Caribbean. Congratulations to Kelly, and a great effort from Michelle and Chris as well. And that's a wrap on this fantastic throwback episode from 2015. It had everything we love about Wheel of Fortune, big spins, tough breaks with the bankrupt, a huge comeback, and a nail-biting bonus round. It just goes to show you how quickly your fortunes can change on this show. What did you think of Kelly's big express wedge gamble? Would you have flipped that mystery wedge like Michelle did? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.
Thanks so much for watching with me today.
If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next classic game show deep dive. See you in the next video.